Welcome everyone, this is Shaded Dead, and this is Journey to the Core, Shaded Dead style. I have looked at this mod, I have tried it several times, and I've always had really rough start to this, and there's a lot to this one, and I think I want to give it another go, and I think I'll record it this time, and we'll just see how far I get. I make no promises to playing all the way through this one, but we'll see. There's actually a sequel to this one too, to this mod pack, so we'll see. This is the Prepare to Get Wrecked edition, which does not fill me with much hope of surviving, but the beginning of this, at least, I can give you a good, clear idea on what will work and help you the most in the beginning. Beyond that, you're on your own, because it gets a little more random. You see, I've played it a few times. We'll call this one YouTube, and then change all the other settings and hit go. I'm just kidding, there's no other settings for this. I do have the Sortex pack in here, resource pack in here, and well, here we are. Oh gosh, still loading in. Okay, so we are on the surface. Not really. And this is our good friend Gertrude. Gertrude is very important for us to have in this mod pack. You start with a few things, okay? You have a stone sword, meh, a flint pickaxe, a flint shovel, torches, your quest book, apple jelly sandwiches, and root beer. And if you notice, they say rotten. 0%. Day 0 of 4. They don't last forever, okay? They're not gonna last forever. So keep that in mind. And we're gonna go in here and look at this. There's a lot of quests in here. You can't see them. They're very, very much the same color as the page. But we're gonna go into survival. First thing they want us to do. We started our journey. We are actually at the top of a volcano. A deep, dark, and that's exactly how you pronounce this. And we're going to go down far beneath the surface, and we're going to journey to the core of the earth, as it were. Now, we've got some time here. We need at least 4 oak wood, 3 dirt, and 12 gravel. We're going to gather more than that. And in here, there's 2 very important items. A safari net and your satchel. As you can see, these are all locked off. These can be opened up as you gain levels. I think it's every 5th or 10th level that you gain. One of these opens up. So we're going to get that. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get this chest. We're going to open this up. We're going to throw the chest in there. We'll leave the safari. We'll put the safari net in there. We're going to put that root beer in there too. We'll come back to you, Gertrude, and your quackiness. So we need wood. This is dead pine. That's not what we need. Roses actually are useful, so we're going to get a few of those. You see how easily I broke that? That's bedrock down there. This is coarse dirt. This is not normal dirt. This is not what we need. This is happy dirt. This is not what we need. This is loamy dirt, not what we need. This is loamy grass, not what we need. But here's a big old oak wood tree and dirt around it. Now, step 1. Here's why we got to be careful. We're going to punch this. Things fall. You remember how things like that kind of happened in maybe in Terra Firmacraft, if you watched that? Well, we've got the same issue here. Things will fall. Now, they are very nice. Oh, there's an apple. We're getting that apple right now. Getting an apple is good. You'll get one later as a quest reward, but you want to get it if you can. Food is important. As you can see, it rots, and that's actually a useful thing sometimes. So as I punch this, it's going to continue to collapse down, and you can see it is sitting on the dirt. Now I am just punching it with my satchel. I don't have an axe, and I'm not that worried about it. Now, the fact that this is all still floating is slightly disconcerting, but we're going to fix that here in a second. It's going to start falling. As I start punching this stuff, the leaves will start exploding. And with this resource pack, you can't see through the leaves. See, all right, here we go. We're going to do that. We're going to do the thing. We're going to get as many of these saplings as we can. We're going to get as much of this wood as we can because we're going to need it. This is actually easier than it once was. Okay, because before it did not give you this ginormous tree. It gave you a tiny little baby tree. If you let that stuff land on you, it will hurt a lot. Like 5 hearts worth, a lot. So you got to be careful. But you had this little baby tree. You did not get this much dirt, or dirt wood. It was a much more difficult start than it once was. Oh man. Alright, where's the other wood block in here? There's one. Here we go. Now we're all falling down. But we want to get... Oh, apple. Sorry. Squirrel. We want to get as much of this dirt, or this wood, as we can. Trees and stuff grow very slowly. And we are going to be underground the entire time. Which means growing trees is a bit of a chore. It is not an easy thing. Okay, so it looks like we're outside, right? There's the sun, nice and pretty. We're not. See this? Sky blocks. These are blocks. Oh man, they're really disconcerting because they just represent what the sky would look like if you were actually outside. So we're gonna get a few of those, but we've got the wood. We've got... Oh, we need to get the dirt. Where's my puncher? There we go. We're going to get all this dirt here. And this, I believe, is the only blocks of dirt in this map. Or in this start area. So I'm going to take that. I am going to take some of this sky block with us. Because a little bit of a cheatsy doodle. But we're going to do it. And we need to get at least 12 gravel. There's more than 12 gravel here. So just like the wood, they only wanted 4, but we're going to get more than 4. And we're going to get more than 12 gravel. Now these ones here that have the carpenter's blocks, you can pick these up and then ditch these slopes, these carpenter slopes. Just get rid of them. You don't need them. You can use them if you want, I guess. You could take them with you. And they've really carpenter sloped this all up. They've made this look very, very cool. Vines, which we can't get, would be nice. We need to find more of this. So here's 11 and here's 12. Okay. So now I have the 12 and I have all the stuff I need. You can turn this in. Now I'll get a hatchet, a quarter of a heart. I don't have this on hardcore. This is a really punishing map or mod pack, so I don't have it on hardcore. And we're gonna pick we'll pick this one on the end. Now, what am I gonna do with that particular item? I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm gonna throw it in here. We're gonna read this book, but we're probably not gonna take it with us. This is something that when you get it, you're definitely gonna want to read. I'm gonna take these mushrooms. I usually do. Sometimes you get lucky and find some red ones, and you can make yourself some food that way, which is pretty nice. But you're about to step into a world that has claimed the lives of many others before you. Your goal moved further towards the center of the earth. The quest book will be your guide. Make sure to follow it closely. Here are a few tips on how to stop trying to break flint try to get flint by breaking gravel. It has a recipe. Look it up. Torches can go on your head. Yes, go into the armor tab and try it. Copper, here's locations, iron locations, glowstone, and oak wood locations. And mine shafts. spawn at the top of the cave world. Most everything else is basically in its normal generation area. So we want to stay, honestly, if we can get there, between like 200 and 250, somewhere in here. Mine shafts are at 175. We're not going to start that high. We're going to start down here like 80, usually is where I seem to end up. Air quality and sanity in the top left corner. Here's my sanity. Here's my air quality. Is negatively affected by torches, confined in small spaces, and lava. It will raise back up around leaves, grass, vines, other plant growth, and open spaces. Sanity will deplete when in darkness, and your head torch doesn't count. It's a different kind of light than normal, so it doesn't count. When around mobs, having a mob head in your hotbar, so don't put a creeper head down here. That's a bad idea. And when being attacked by mobs, your sanity will decrease. Or return to normal when you're around light, certain friendly, and certain NPCs, also known as Gertrude. Like I said, Gertrude's important. Will Gertrude make it to the center of the earth with us? I don't know. There's a set dimension progression. If you try to move on early, it won't work. Follow the quest book, and you will be able to move on after you finish the quest lines. You can climb ledges, crawl into 1 block wide holes. There's smart moving in this, so we want to do that. All nether items are craftable, and many other recipes have been added or modified. Okay, because, you know, anything we need from the nether, we can craft it. Any assumptions you have about normal worlds are completely out the window. You cannot, I repeat, cannot return to a dimension once you've left it, so bring everything you need with you. And once you move on to the deep dark, the nether, and the end, all bets are off, so find some safety, and hopefully you brought some supplies with you. Once you teleport to a new dimension, you have 1 minute of invincibility from mobs. Use this to your advantage to move to safety. And so basically you can't take damage for 1 minute after you arrive in a new dimension, which gives you enough time to run, dig a hole, and close yourself in, basically. When growing trees underground, make sure they have plenty of space, 8 by 8 or 999, or it will not grow. Good luck, and try not to die. Dark Costo. We might take the book with us if we have room. I don't know if we will. Because, well, there's a lot of things I'd much rather take than that book. So we have a nice rope ladder here. I can take this with us, and we will. But first, let's go down here. Oh, I thought it was going to fall. Let's get this gravel. As you can see, gravel falls down. And I can put a torch on my head for you. You need to go into this one. It seems to work, and then you can put your torch there. It doesn't seem to work, of course, when I throw it on the ground. It doesn't seem to work when I do this, but if we go into this tab, I can put it on my head and wear it. There we go. And so it doesn't show up. You don't see the torch other than it lights up the area around you, which is good, but also bad, because sometimes you think, oh, well, everything's lit up nice and pretty, but it's actually not, because you have a torch on your head putting off light, and it looks like it's pretty, but it's not. So why am I getting all this gravel? Because all my tools are flint. All my tools will be flint for some time, and gravel is about, or is the only way to get flint. You have to craft into a, I can just punch that down. Oh, sometimes it does that when you have your torch on your head. It seems to go out, and then you just move into a different block, and then it doesn't go out again. All right, it comes back, and you fall down there. And give me all my gravel. We want all of it. All of it. I said all of it. Yeah, you're gonna fall down here. You fall down here. All right. This guy's probably gonna make a... Oh, he landed on the mushrooms and popped. Okay. Is there any more gravel up here? No. All right. That might be all of it, I think. Oh, no. There's some more. Like I said, we want all this gravel. All right, so what you have to do is you have to craft 3 gravel together in a crafting grid, and then you get a 1 piece of flint. So it takes 3 gravel per piece of flint, so getting as much of this as possible is pretty important, honestly. now? Okay, where am I? Alright, there's my thing. I'll punch some of these mushrooms since I'm taking them anyway, as long as I don't get more than a stack, and I won't. There's not that many here. I may as well have them with me. It's too bad some of them aren't red. That's one thing for sure. I can tell you. You can't get much of anything else here that's useful. There are a couple more quests we want to do here before we leave, though, and it's going to be dark soon. Yes, I know. We're not really underneath the sky, but it can get dark. I don't know if monsters actually spawn here, but if they do, that could be very bad for us. We're going to take that with us when we leave. We're not going to mess with it right this second. Okay. Why am I so slow? Okay. Alright, it is dark. I've been talking so much. Normally I try to rush through this so I don't have to worry about that. Now they want me to get 8 dead pine logs and turn them in. And they can be found at the very top of the camp. But I can turn them in to get me 8 sticks, a quarter of a heart, which I don't need. Actually, I should just throw this quarter of the heart on the ground. I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. It's not useful to me. And these blocks are so weird. They kind of trip me out, I'll be honest. Now these dead leaves are actually pick-upable, but not important. Here's 1, and here's 2, and that's what I actually want. I don't care about these leaves. We'll throw them down here in a second. In just a second. But I do want all of the... not get hit on the head by a leaf and get hurt. It's a little weird that leaves can hurt you. But gravity works pretty well in this world. We should be okay, I think. That's not going to fall because it's next to the sky block. And that gives me... The problem is if I just break the dead pine, then like all the leaves fall down and it just makes a huge mess. So I gotta kind of clear them out a little bit. It's safer for me. I don't have an avalanche of leaves coming down at me. It's because if I do this, maybe not that one, but probably when I break this one. No, this one for sure, right? It does that, which is really rather annoying. I don't know how many of these I have now. Oh, it went back there. How annoying. That is annoying, actually. I have 9, which is 1 more than I need. And they have no other use than what I'm about to use them for. Manual submit, and then I get to pick a reward. Now, we have some oak saplings. Spruce, birch, fir. You know, what do we pick? I think we're going to go with the pretty birch. And then I have to make room for what I'm going to grab. I don't have the room in my inventory to get this stuff, so we're probably good on mushrooms. I'm not going to throw the apples in there. We're definitely not going to end up with any more of those. We're not going to end up with any more wood. Gravel's been collected. And now I can get it. Birch, birch. There we go. Now, that's about all we have here. So we have swat the bugs. Once I get to the cave dimension, I can get this bug swatter, which will kill silverfish in 1 hit every time. And then here they will give you an apple. So like I said, you can always get an apple, but having more is better. Oh, some poop. You're like, what? Why did you pick up smelly poop? Because I need the smelly poop. In case you didn't know. It's very important. Alright, so we're going to get this. I'm not going to have room for all this, so maybe the smelly poop will have to go on the ground. We'll see. First thing, though, we want to do is pop this and pick it up. We're going to want that lead. We're going to want to put Gertrude in our safari net, because you cannot use a lead to take something into another dimension, but we can put them in this one-time use safari net so that we can take Gertrude with us. Kind of want this fence post too, if I can get it. And we can throw down the poop and get it. It's alright. Gertrude makes more poop as time goes by, so don't need anything else here. Oh wait, there is one more thing I want to grab before we leave. And it's that thing I told you about. The That right there, the rope ladder. Wouldn't hurt necessarily for me to grab these other torches as well. Leave it really dark behind me. And maybe a few more sky blocks. Now, you can mine to your heart's content. You could probably take a whole stack of sky blocks with you, since I already have some with me. I could sit here and mine to my heart's content, but I'm not gonna. There are some cheatsy things you could do with this sky block stuff. I don't think you're really supposed to take this with you, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a bit. That's about it. I mean, because we've got plenty of gravel, we can make more flint, we can repair our pickaxe, we could take a bunch, and here I am, I just keep mining. Okay, that's good. We got 28 of them. That'll be okay for now. I'd really like to have a stack, but skyblock doesn't fall. As you can see, it doesn't fall down. But, yeah. Don't want that. Thank you. But there are a few torches. We're going to get these torches. I got to leave room. Oh, I did get this one. I got to leave room for the ladder. Ouch, that was dumb. And we're going to pick up stuff anyway. Without meaning to, without wanting to. But it's going to get very dark very quickly. Yeah. It'll get dark down in here as I see how I feel like, oh, it's not dark. You know, that's because those skyblocks actually do put out light, if there is light in the world. So it's got the Minecraft darkness stuff. And so what we have to do is we have to break this one, and then they all fall down, and then we have to figure out how to get down here without getting killed by falling damage. And then we get ourselves 6 of these. And we go down into this darkness down here. And here we are. Okay, step 1. Okay, we've kind of done what we can do on the surface. We have everything that's really of use, and we don't have really any inventory space left. Even with the satchel, I don't have any more room. So next episode, we are going to go into the cave dimension. Why am I going to wait till next episode? Because going into the cave dimension is nerve-wracking, to say the very least. You get that 1 minute of invincibility, and then that's it. And I think it's only from mobs or like fire and stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's complete invincibility, and we may spawn in a really terrible place, and if that's the case, I am going to reload my save from right now and go back in to try to get a better spawn, because this can be the part that breaks the game a bit for you. It can be very difficult depending on where you spawn in. I've spawned in the middle of a lake on just my little island, which sounds like it should be okay, except you can't really build out because everything will fall off the edge down into the water. It's not as good as it sounds. Even though, like, a lot of monsters won't be able to, you would think that monsters wouldn't come get you. They'll come get you, okay? They're going to try to come get you no matter what. And they can dig, and they can build, and they will swim clear across the huge lake to come get you. So keep that in mind. And if you spawn in the middle of the lake, it's really hard to get somewhere where it's safe, because it's going to take you more than a minute to swim to shore. I've had that happen multiple times, and it's really bad. So hopefully that won't happen when we do this. But like I said, I'm going to just do a quick backup of this world before I go down that elevator behind me, and we'll go from there. And you know, this is how I play. I'm just being honest. I've never tried to cheatsy doodle my way through anything that I didn't tell you that yes, I am going to cheat here, and usually do it on camera. So and that's only happened in a few cases where My thoughts on, and I've said this before, the game needs to respect my time. And if it is not going to respect my time, I'm not going to have much to do with it. You know, I'm going to find my own workaround. If that is going into creative mode to get my workaround, I will do it. And I've done that a few times in the past. And people have said things to me about it, especially in Galactic Science. They're like, "You're wrong. It didn't take that long." Well, when I played it, it did. So I'm glad it didn't for you. But it was a real pain in the neck for me. And I felt personally it was not respecting my time that I have. You know, I like to play games, but there's a point where grindiness becomes boring, and that's just me. Some people love that. Some people love doing that. I'm not that guy. Probably why I've never been that much into MMOs, unless I can pretty much play it single player. WoW lets you do that, but even that eventually, I don't know, it just wears off on me. I've tried it 2 or 3. Well, I've tried it. I usually try it about once a year. I play it for a few days and cancel my subscription, and that's just how it works. So, okay, again, I'll see you in the next episode. I'll be right back. You know what? I might actually go get me a stack of these sky blocks, or this sky stone. Yeah, I think I will. All right, I'll see you guys all real soon. Laters, bye. Oh, I forgot. Boing. I can do the big jump. Boing.